Hello everyone, and thank you for clicking on this video. I'm guessing the reason you're all here is you want to find out if the Toyota Tundra is a perfect truck for you. And if that's the case, you're going to want to watch this video to the end. I'm going to go over exactly why the 2007 to 2021 Toyota Tundra, in my opinion, is the best truck for you. By the way, I'm not at all sponsored by Toyota. I am not brand loyal, and I typically am going to go after the truck that I think best suits my needs, which are reliability and getting a job done. But Toyota, if you're watching this, you need a truck tested, I'm your guy. So why don't we get right into it. We're going to go over why you should buy a 2014 to 2021 Toyota Tundra. The reason I'm saying those years, I live in the Rust Belt. So if you're going to go past 2014 right now, getting older than that, you might start to run into rust issues, although I've seen the Tundras have been very good up here rust-wise. 2007 to 2013, and if you guys in the southern states, perfect truck. You can probably get them for a decent price, although right now the truck market is crazy. This here is a 2014 Toyota Tundra. This is the year that they did this first makeover. They switched the body style up. Looks like this. They didn't change anything else on the truck. Basically, it was just a cosmetic change. Go around to the back of the truck here. Keeping my license plate out of this. 2014 is when they started stamping the badge on the back. They had, and they still do, the dampening for opening up the tailgate, which is something that I absolutely love about it. That was there in 2007. It goes up till 2021. I know the 2022s were just released, and that's why I'm doing this video on why you should buy the Toyota Tundra. I'm going to tell you guys right now, you can see my bed is a little dirty. I somehow continue to chip this liner that is supposed to be amazing, and when I mentioned it to the guy, he asked me, he said, well, what are you doing with this thing? And I said, well, I'm using it for work. I said, it's a truck, right? I said, I don't just buy groceries in this thing. I just washed this before I did this video. That's why the bed is wet, and that's why the truck, hopefully, looks really nice for you guys. I really like the way this looks. And then when you come around to the front, once again, I'm just keeping my license plate out. This is what you get. So, why buy this truck? There are many reasons. One of the biggest things, from what I've seen, this right here, 5.7 liter V8, no more. One of the reasons everybody buys these Toyota Tundras, it's not for the gizmos and the gadgets, because let's face it, these don't have them. You buy this truck because it is a reliable truck, and in my opinion, from what I've seen, this truck was built to tow. Before we go over the interior, here's a few things that I've noticed that really made this truck hold up in the northern states where I am. You can see, I think this is mostly just supposed to be a rock guard. It has a texture to it. It's very hard to keep clean because it doesn't wash real well, but this truck, being a 2014, has stayed very clean. This stuff here, this is just grease. I leave it there. I had this truck rust-proofed. The rust proofing that they did on this truck, it was not spraying underneath it at all. As you can tell, I think this is a phenomenal looking frame for the area that I'm in. Phenomenal for a 2014 truck. The rust proofing that they did was on the inside here, goes up here, down there. There's a grease they put on, and it stayed inside. And then of course they pulled these out, the plugs here, and you can kind of see that yellow. Let's see, it's not focusing. That yellow stuff is hard. They sprayed something up in there that was supposed to go down. It was supposed to seep into here, and then it hardened. And they did it in the door jambs, all the areas that are water gets in, moisture gets in, and then rust you from the inside out. So far, I have to say they did a great job. If you look underneath, you can see she's still really clean for 2014. I'm sure you all know the Toyota Tundra has a 3-part frame. You've got a fully boxed up here in the front. You get down here under the cab, and I'll have to check and see exactly what they call this. Try to see if I can figure that out. And then in the back here, under the bed, you have, you can see, an open C-channel frame. Sorry for the glare. These are just all examples of how Toyota overbuilt this half-ton pickup truck. Not to mention, it's got 4 piston calipers, and up until I want to say 2018, and I could be wrong on this because I saw it on a commercial, Dodge Ram claimed that they had bigger brakes, bigger rotors than the Toyota Tundra, but I haven't been able to actually find the evidence on that. And right there is just another prime example of how overbuilt this truck is. The rear end on this truck is a 430 rear end. That's the tow gear on the Toyota Tundra. The sales guy at the Toyota dealer, when I bought this truck, told me from 2007 to 2013, you could get a 430 rear end with the 5.7 tow package, or you could get a 410 rear end with a 5.7. In 2014, they told me that Toyota only offered a 430 rear end with the 5.7, which is your tow package. So I know there's, you know, people are like, well, it's because you have to take care of the way your gears are laid out and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that's not true, but Toyota did that on purpose because they want this rear end to have big a gear in there as they could get, so it's got more surface area for cooling. Their tow hitch, this is another thing that's pretty impressive. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts that connect the hitch to the frame of the truck. But what's even more impressive is the fact that, look at this chunk of metal, and do you see how far up on the frame this chunk of metal goes? Way up there. They put that going all the way up the frame like they did. I mean, it goes almost right up. Look at right here. Pretty much can't go any further. Another thing you won't be able to see, but there are Zerk fittings from the factory on this 2014. I believe the newer trucks, the newer Tundras, I think they took those out. I could be wrong. And if I wanted to crawl back there, you'd be able to see every U-joint there. There's a Zerk fitting. 5.7 powertrain has been just phenomenal. I'm not saying that this is going to compete with an EcoBoost. It doesn't. This is realistically, this truck, outside of the appearance and the fact that I believe in 2014, I think this is how you say it, I could be wrong, Borg Warner is the started making the transfer case for this truck. Outside of that transfer case, there's not anything that I'm aware of that's not cosmetic on this truck, anything that has changed since 2007. But that's also why this truck is so darn reliable. And in my opinion, it's the most reliable truck on the road today, for the simple fact that all the manufacturers change their trucks every 3 years, whether it be a new engine, up the horsepower, a new transmission, up the torque, something like that. This truck right here is still sitting the same, to the best of my knowledge, as it was in 2007. Nothing special about this truck. Like I said before, I use this truck for work. I've hauled a lot of firewood with this, towed campers, towed trailers. I've always got something hooked up to the back of this truck or something in the truck unless I don't have a vehicle available. It's the SR5 model. Basic work truck, gets the job done. No power seats, unfortunately. I really wish I would have had those. Here's your center console. Flips up, you got a little storage in there. Keep a few things, flashlight and that. And you got this right here. This will flip up. It's, you know, it's only that deep. I don't know what this stuff's for. I don't really do anything with it. When I bought this truck, I wanted to be able to seat 6 people. So this was a specific thing that I wanted. Up until 2014, it seemed to me like you couldn't find any of these able to seat 6 people. It was rare. 2014, all of a sudden, I would have to say 50% of the ones I see seat 6 people. And I heard a rumor, I haven't confirmed it yet, but for 2022, they no longer offer the 6th seat up here as an option. Just a rumor I heard. Don't know if it's true yet. But one nice thing about that is when that lifts up, you can flip this lever right here. You got storage. So I got a bunch of stuff down here. I'm always out in the woods doing something. So I just have a bunch of stuff so that I'm hopefully prepared. There again, it's only, I don't know, 3 inches deep or so, but it holds a lot of stuff. As you can see, the door, you've got 2 cup holders, plenty of room for a bunch of other garbage. You just have, basic up and down function there. One thing the Tundras have is this right here, and I haven't seen this on any other trucks. Well, I want to say I heard that the Nissan Titan might have had it, but basically this adjusts your headlights, so you can adjust your headlights up or down whenever you are, if you've got a trailer on or a load and you're squatting, you adjust your headlights up or down to keep the lights more on the road so that you're not blinding other people, but you can actually see better too. You get behind the wheel here. 2014, they still didn't offer integrated trailer brakes. The main Toyota guy has a video done by Toyota saying they didn't see a reason to because they weren't getting kickback saying that their customers wanted it. I find that just as an excuse to cheap out. I don't see how. I mean, Ford and them, the other manufacturers, some of them have had integrated trailer brakes since 2011. And you're trying to tell me you haven't seen that? I don't believe that at all. Here's the 4-wheel drive. You've just got 4 low, 4 high, 2-wheel drive. You can do it on the fly. All right, you can see I've got 67,000 miles on this. I put roughly 7,000 miles on a year. Like I said, I'm not driving this thing to the grocery store. Fires it up. It's just a basic display. The oil pressure gauge, it seems to me on the older trucks, the last time I was in Chevys and Fords, that this was a dummy gauge. That truck actually works, or that gauge actually works in this truck. And then you just got your basic, you got to flip through each thing. So on the steering wheel here, you've got a few buttons, volume and that. Right here, display. You just hit the display button, it'll run through these, and it'll tell you your gas mileage. There's nothing special about this truck, but that's not why we buy the Toyota Tundra. You buy this truck because it's the most reliable pickup truck on the road today, in my opinion, of course. And I honestly believe that you can work this truck a lot harder. You can max this truck out every single day. You can max out your F-150, your Rams and that. Granted, they have higher tow ratings and everything, and I get that. That's why I'm saying max the trucks out. And I believe that this truck is going to last you longer and give you less problems than any of the other 3. I'll show you one more thing here. So one nice thing I like about this truck, I've gotten real used to it. This is probably on all manufacturers that have keys still, but I don't know. But it's got this flick start. So all I have to do is go like that and it'll start the truck up. You can set your GPS display there you can put a picture on it, whatever picture you want, and you can run that picture at startup. But you can actually go through this. There's nothing special about this. It's just standard Toyota. Big knobs for real easy to use all these whenever you have gloves on. You've got defrost. Nothing special about that. So we're not going to spend any time on that. Down here, same thing, cigarette lighter, USB. There's another one there. It's all we got on this truck. Gets the job done, and then obviously you got a glove box full of stuff. I'm very disappointed that this truck doesn't have your grab bar. It's got one there. They seem to have gotten rid of that because I believe the 2007 to 2013 had one on this side. You know what else I don't like? There used to be another glove box up here on the 7 to 13s, but for some reason Toyota decided, yeah, we don't need that, let's get rid of it. Basic seat right there. Let's go to the back. Truck's a mess. This is the stuff that stays in this truck normally. I cleaned the outside, cleaned the inside a little bit, but this is a double cab. There's plenty of room back here for me. Like when I'm driving, I'm 5'7", I sit back here. I don't have any issues with the seat. You got someone back here, there's another plug in there, and you do have 2 cup holders right there. One of my absolute requirements for buying a truck, when I bought this truck, it was a hassle. I'm not going to get into it, but getting under seat storage, the truck, it's an option. I didn't know that. Anyways, under seat storage for me, because I do a lot of work with the truck. I've got the 4-wheeler hooked up to it all the time on the trailer where I'm going. Under seat storage is a must. I do like this under seat storage bin that Toyota gives you. You can fit a lot of stuff in there, and it is divided, so you've got that side. We'll go over there and see what you got. And then you come over here and you've got this seat right here, and then you can pick this side up too. And then you've got another storage bin right there, so you can fit a lot of stuff in here. And then you can see I've still got stuff jammed back behind the seat back there. To change your spare tire, your jack, and that's right there too, by the way. I've got some tools in here. I just keep them with. And then you can't see it, but this truck does have vents underneath there, so it'll blow the AC and the heat back here in case you have a passenger. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If any of you want a solid, no bling, get the job done day in and day out, most reliable pickup truck on the road today, the Toyota Tundra 2007 to 2021 is your pickup truck. If you want bling, if you want all the gizmos and gadgets, and you're more worried about which truck is going to get you from 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds, the Toyota Tundra is not your truck. If any of you have gone from Ford to Toyota or Toyota to Ford and you are disappointed or happy about it, let me know in the comment section below. I'd really love to get your thoughts on that. If you guys found anything on this video new or interesting, let me know. In Toyota, I'm not brand loyal, but if you need a truck tested, I'm your guy. Seriously though, not brand loyal, but just remember, I'm your guy. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.